Hey there, this is Andrew. Welcome to Your Leader Journey. So, I want to talk to you today about your role as a leader in employee performance. And the story that I want to share with you is one from my own personal experience from like a decade ago. I was leading businesses at an agency on the West Coast, and I had an employee who just wasn't delivering. I was really frustrated, and after a couple of months of trying to go back and forth with this employee to get them to behave differently, to change the way they showed up every day, I finally went to our HR director and I said, "Look, I just need your help. I've got to exit this employee. This is not working. So I need you to help me with all of that, the paperwork, the process, all those sort of things, right?" And the HR director said, "Okay, great. Happy to help you. Let's first tackle a couple of important questions." So she said, "First thing, did you give this employee a clear set of goals and performance expectations?" And I said, "I'm pretty sure, like, she has a position description and we have annual goals for the team." And she said, "Right, but did you give her clear personal goals and a clear set of personal performance expectations that she's not living up to?" And I had to say, "Gosh, when you put it that way, no, I guess I didn't, right? I assumed she'd been in this business for a long time. I assumed she'd know this." And the learning for me there was, wow, I actually do have to be more clear in how I deliver expectations and how I set the bar for what my anticipated goals are for the person and what the outcomes need to look like, and make sure that I've communicated those clearly. Next, she said, "Did you train her on her specific role, and have you equipped her with ongoing coaching and support to ensure that she's actually knows how to be successful in the role?" And again, I said, "Well, wait a minute, this person's been doing this for a decade. Shouldn't they know that?" And my HR director kind of, got a little upturned grin on her face, and she said, "Well, that's really part of your job as the leader. You need to show up, and even if you think they know these things, you need to be coaching in the moment. You need to be setting and resetting expectations and giving them guidance on how to be successful. Because if you just tell them, 'I want you to do this,' and they don't actually know how to get there, that person's never going to be able to be successful for you. You're going to feel like they failed, but actually you as the leader failed if you're not equipping them that way." Another key learning for me. And then the last question she asked me is, have you effectively removed roadblocks like competing objectives, unclear direction, lack of process or systems, a resource gap, a missing tool, or other issues that are keeping this employee from being successful and from delivering on your expectations? And so I thought to myself, well, I feel like I do that all the time, but maybe I haven't. And we identified a number of gaps that needed to be addressed that I hadn't addressed as a leader. So at the end of the day, we didn't end up exiting that employee. And the really kind of sobering learning for me as the leader is that, goodness, I have so much more accountability and responsibility in the success of my teammates than I thought, right? I went into that thinking she's not delivering. We've got to fix it. And she's unwilling to fix it. And so I just need to get her out of the business because it's not successful. And, after this conversation, I realized, wow, I've contributed to a lot of this, whether by design or not. And the way to solve it for this employee and for the future is that I need to be a more present and a more engaged leader and change the way that I show up and make sure that my people have those things. They have clarity of expectation. They have clarity of goals. They understand how to deliver on those things. And I remove the impediments to their success. At the end of the day, I think as leaders, those are the things that we need to be focused on so that we can make sure that the team that we assemble around our business can be as successful for the business as possible. And not just assume that when people aren't delivering on expectations, it's because they don't want to, or they're, lazy or something like that. But oftentimes it's because we've not set the right environment for them. Anyway, I hope that's helpful for you today.